A beautiful day, beautiful day. Now, there are various reasons why we are going to find your child in a government school or a basic education school. They are also known as non-selective schools. They do not select, they just take all the children. They just have to take, it's a government school, it's just basic. There are various reasons why your child might be there. If you are a student yourself, there are various reasons why you are there. But I'm going to mention two of the common reasons, two most common reasons, right? Reason number one is because your parents or you as a parent, you cannot afford to take your child to a private school or a special school, specialized school. You cannot afford, that is funds. Reason number two, your child might be of mediocre or let me say average performance. It's not too good, it's not too bad, cannot qualify to go for a private school, to go to a private school. They will not accept him or her because they have got certain standards there. So your child is at a government school. All right. So there are many reasons. So today I want to talk about those types of schools. This one is focused on average scholars, students of average performance. We are focusing on them. And we want to talk about two ways, this discussion is about two ways of helping your average child school who is in a government school, who is in a basic education school, who is in a non-selective school, right? Strategy number one to help the child. The first strategy is encourage positive peer pressure. All right, encourage positive peer pressure and be active in this part as a parent. Now, the advice that I'm sharing here, you will not find it in a textbook, okay, because it's based on my 14 years of experience in this in teaching. So usually what I'll share here, I'll share it in a way that you will not find it elsewhere. So please pay close attention. Okay, in every school, there are three types of learners, as I mentioned last time. The type one, these are very good, academically gifted, but they could not afford to go to private schools. Type two, average. Type one, very good. Type two, average. Type three, these are ridiculous misfits. We can call them that at this point in time. Let me call them ridiculous misfits. Type three. I'll get to those later. Type 2, average. Your child is average. Remember. So use positive peer pressure. Let your child identify someone who is supposed to be in a private school. They know each other. Children can tell that this one's performance deserves to be at a private school, but he could not afford his here. Let that presence of that child positively influence your child. If necessary, if possible, please listen when your children are talking. If you hear that their conversation is always mentioning a child who is quite gifted academically but who could not afford to go to a private school, let your average child who is an average performer play with that high achieving child, so that the strategies and the skills that are being used by the exceptional student will also rub off onto your child and he or she will improve. That's one thing that I would like to share, the first thing. So please be active in identifying students of excellent behavior within that government school. Students of excellent behavior but who could not afford to go to a private school. Pair them with your child. That's strategy number one. Strategy number two, if your child is average but you can afford to take them to a better school, monitor their performance closely. There are times when a student's performance will temporarily increase even if they are average. There are times when they can temporarily increase for one reason or another. A good teacher, a teacher who explains very well, or a good friend has helped him to improve. And as soon as their performance increases such that they can be accepted at a private school or at a specialized school, you take them to the specialized school where they can get positive peer pressure again that will help them to excel and maintain that momentum which they have gained. I hope you really understand. Remember, this one has been fully focused on average performers. This is type 2 students. If you need to know about type 1, please revisit the previous episode. If you want to know about the type 3 students, go to the next episode. And remember, every child has got a category into which they fall into. All right, so it's either they're in the type 1 that I've shared in our previous video, or they're in type 2, the ones that we're talking about today, if they are average. And they all need help. All types of children need help, but they need different kinds of help. Let's assist them as much as possible. Drop your comments below. Let's share the comments below. Share your pieces of advice. Share your experiences. If you were a child who was a type 2, if you were an average performer in school and you were in a basic education school, how did you survive? What do you think parents, what do you think guardians, what do you think adults could have done to make your life better? Thank you. Let's have a great day.